Oh, doggy. Here we go.
All right, let me get it transitioned over. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game one of the international final match. TWA going under the team name of BANCV here, spawning on the north side of North. Boy, that was more repetitive than I expected it to be, but all right. Bringing Ohio Thunder Des Moines for Petropavlovsk. Seth called that one Petropavlovsk, the big winner of this match. A Stalingrad and a Smolensk.
Yep, and then over on Vor side, I had commented about the destroyer play. We're seeing it over here.
Indeed.
So we've got Montana and Thunderer, Des Moines, Goliath, double Petropavlovsk, Kleber, Marseille, and Smolensk.
I like the destroyer pick, Zath. You know, we talked about it in the room kind of before, you know, while we were gabbing in between games about we've seen Vor run these kind of destroyer heavy comps, see how they deploy them, and we're going to see it here. What I am surprised to see is the Kleber going with the Marceau and the Smolensk. When we watched them run this map against 07 yesterday, they paired the Marceau and the Smolensk up, but the Kleber went over to C and did his own thing. They're not doing that here. They're deploying differently.
Well, I think it goes back to what I was commenting on. They know that TWA is going to go down 9-10 line with 3 ships, most likely.
So just let them have it. Forget it.
Right, exactly. So put your destroyer in a position where it can actually do something important on the other flank, win that other flank. Now, this is what Smile tried to do in the last series as well, right? They tried to win the other flank, but the difference was BANCV, TWA would not allow them to win that flank. Or they won it, but at a tremendous cost.
Yes.
Shots being fired at long range right
Nothing.
now, pretty much just... Yeah, exactly.
It's a Goliath salvo at Goat Wizard. Nothing there.
You know, it's just that keep honking, I'm reloading thing, right?
Pretty much. Now, what I kind of expected to see was the Smolensk to move up with the Marceau and work A, but we're not seeing that here. Twinkle's Kleber getting onto the cap already. There's a radar coming out. That's Kinemod.
And that's why.
Yep, that's Kinemod there. So they're going to bait out one of the radars early, take a little bit of chip damage on the Kleber, as he's going to probably try and bail out of that cap as quick as he can.
Yep. With 3 destroyers, that allows them to now rotate one of the other destroyers in to bait the next radar, and then they have a 3rd destroyer ready to go as well.
Indeed. For the moment, because for the moment, TWA doesn't know where all the destroyers are quite yet. Renegade's now going to move up. It looks like he's going to trade places with Twinkle. Now, one thing that I think Vor might be trying here that I like the idea of is if they can trap RNG Sama where all 3 destroyers get shots at him for an extended period, they'll burn him out quick.
Oh, yeah. Now, you can see Renegade coming in now. He knows that the first radar is gone. How far away is Blood Legend?
Trying to bait probably Goat Wizard's radar. He is in Goat's range. He pops his own radar. He wants to keep RNG off the cap. And they are there. They've got sight of RNG Sama right now. Or they should. They don't. It must have expired.
Oh, look at these torps. Look at these torps. Look at Sama. Oh, wow. They died off. Whew.
Those were the Marceau torps coming in over from the 1 line. They do get a couple of shells into Renegade on the back of Goat Wizard's radar. Renegade now slowing down. He'll reverse back in. His radar is on cooldown. However, Dark Temple will be over there and able to contribute. Now, one thing you note, Zath, we saw the Kleber, Twinkle's Kleber, over there in the cap. He let himself get radared. And now look what they're doing with him. They've pulled him off that cap completely. They're playing a little bit of a feint. They want TWA to think the Kleber is still over there somewhere while they move him off.
Well, and if there's any ship on the board that can reposition from one flank to the next quickly enough, it's definitely the Kleber, right?
Definitely a Kleber.
He is full speeding right now. I'm sure he's got engine boost going and stuff too. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he's going. He's booking it.
Well, and Renegade now working the bottom end of the cap. Is he in range of Blood Legend's radar? He is not. Maybe barely. I don't believe that he is, though. Kulashiku now spotted. Kulashiku got spotted, though, so they know where he is now. So they've now seen that all 3 destroyers at least were on the A flank, but they don't know where the Kleber is at the moment.
Yeah,
Renegade's
Renegade
going to have to do a little maneuvering, a little hot footing here, but he's got it. Nice.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Nice little narrow gap there for him. 5 minutes gone. Both teams trading pretty well early. Not a whole lot of catastrophic or exciting action.
A couple very close torpedoes. That's about all we've looked at
That's
so far.
about it
Flood
right
Legend
now.
getting worked down.
Both V0R destroyers now working the A cap. They should that'll cap very, very quickly now with 2 ships in there.
Mm-hmm.
Zath, look at Diva. Look at Diva's crazy forward position.
Where? Oh,
Diva,
yeah.
Diva right in the middle of the map. He's
Yeah.
pushed up to avoid Angel Stone, presumably, who's now in the B cap. But I don't think that Diva... I'm not sure that Diva can win an exchange with a Stalingrad.
Oh, sure he can. Stalingrad's got weak turrets. All you have to do is AP him right into the face.
Okay.
Break the turrets, and then you'll win an attrition. Or if you absolutely have to, you can use the American Final Torpedo.
He hasn't switched.
And you can do a drive-by too.
He hasn't switched to AP yet, but I mean, Des Moines turrets can also get reset by that Stalin AP.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, yep, here comes, I was going to say, Sneaky's probably looking for this shot from the 9 line. Here comes the Des Moines salvos from the edge of the map. Nothing in them right now. Yoshi trying to reverse and salvage what he can. I think Diva's going to go for the ram. It's probably the best thing he can do. I'm really surprised that he was in this position. He is going for the American torpedo right here.
Yep. Doink.
It is enough. V0R takes the trade. I wonder why they felt the necessary to do that. I'm not sure why Diva was in that position at all.
I think it's kind of one of those things where you take your initial spot and then you slowly but surely just kind of work your way up until, to dodge firing angles and stuff like that. And then you find yourself in that position right opposite a Stalingrad. And it's like, at that point, it's like, yeah, I'm taking this guy out. Like, I mean, why not? It's a significant health pool. It's the guns. It's the radar. All that stuff that a Stalingrad brings to the table.
Now,
okay.
One thing that the TWA 9-10 push has successfully done this game. Look at where Darth Hennings, Ohio is. They've just driven him right into the C cap. And again, Angel Stone camped on top of B. Angel's gonna have a hard time, I think. I think they're Vor's gonna have a hard time getting back into these caps. Kalashiku's Marceau about to step onto B. I think maybe they just wanted that Stalingrad radar off the center of the board. That's all I can think of, Zach.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is they're willing to trade a Des Moines who's in a, like you had said, why is he there? Like, he's in a bad position for a Stalingrad that really holds him in place. Now here come the double radars. Got a Venn diagram going up.
Yep. Goat Wizard's radar going up, as well as Asphodelis' radar. That's going to push Kalashiku off the cap. But with only one radar available to them in the middle of the board, once Goat Wizard's radar is on cooldown, Kalashiku will be able to get back in onto B. So it looks like Vor is making their play for A and B, and that's the goal for them. Absolutely.
Now take a look. Also, something that Vor's done differently. They've got A cap, but they're not pushing A.
No.
They're falling back into a position to support the middle of the map.
Yeah. They're setting up.
We often talk about this in clan battles. We often talk about this in clan battles, right? Like, if you win this flank, rarely do you want to push through because you're so far from the rest of the battle, you just can't have an impact. So Vor doesn't want that to happen to them. Smile made that mistake earlier.
There's a small on the radar going up from RNG Sama. That'll push Kalashiku back again, very briefly. He's outside of the range now. Thunderous Salvo coming in, nothing.
It also tells Vor that there's a small in there, that Sama has relocated over to this position.
Right. It tells them that A is not under threat of being recapped at the moment.
Exactly.
Very, very well played game from both teams as we approach the halfway mark of the match. TWA working on about a 30-point lead, but that's certainly nothing to get excited about. Now, something else that Vor has done, check this out. The Kleber is rotating in now, although he's lit on the surface because RNG Sama has crept in close.
Yep. And that's something that they should have prepared for because they knew that there was another radar targeting them.
Yeah, but they can't.
Oh, torpedoes! Go Wizard! Oh!
Go take them all? Oh, goodness.
No, they fell short again.
I changed over. I'm looking to see if they can spot another big Thunder Salvo coming in on Twinkle. Nothing that time. Now the small end opens up with his guns. Here comes the radar. Twinkle no longer spotted, I don't think. Nope.
There's the radar.
There's Goat Wizard's radar again.
Twinkle's on fire as well, so he's definitely spotted right now by Angel Stone. Angel Stone responding.
Oh, what a big hit out of that Thunderer HE. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Twinkle's now taking... He's going to accelerate up into this gap. They've lose eyes on Twinkle.
Find a safe spot.
Now they've got eyes from the Des Moines. They've moved sneaky in the middle of the board. They catch all 3 destroyers in the B cap.
Yep. Like what you were saying earlier, that was their plan. Get the radar off the mid.
And they... Oh, the Thunderer wipes out the Kleber.
Yep.
They gave him... TWA played this to perfection. They played, they bought time, they burned every radar they could bring over here to keep these guys off the B cap just long enough to get sneaky into position to take up the old Stalingrad position, and success.
By the way, look at V0R's battleships. Now they're starting to spread out, but for a while they were in the same grid square, which is usually a bad sign.
The Montana had been trading well with Darth Henning's Ohio. But for the moment, the kill advantage goes to TWA.
That's right.
Moving sneaky back was a big thing. I don't think that V0R expected that. I mean, they might have seen it coming, but they obviously weren't quite ready for it. All 3 destroyers caught out by Sneaky's radar at the B cap right then.
I don't know that they even caught it because, like you just said, all 3 destroyers caught out at B. There's no vision for V0R. They had no idea.
They were all in the same place, and none of those destroyers had ever been over towards the C cap where they could have spotted Sneaky as he crossed that gap to move back over towards the B cap.
Exactly.
Now down a destroyer, Vor finds themselves in the unenviable position of having to find a way back into this game, not having the cap control they thought they were going to get.
Yep. V0R left a single ship, the Goliath, down on the 10 line to do exactly what we had talked about prior to the map because they knew that TWA was going to do what they did. Unfortunately, though, TWA wasn't willing to play Vor's game and just said, well, screw you. We'll just re-rotate as both Ohio and Des Moines have moved. Look at Miani moving now to C, trying to make something happen.
It's going to point that out. Now, Miani might be able to move up and slap Sneaky. If they can do that, that might put them in a position to once again... Oh, his guns aren't even looking that way. Oh, they're trying... Okay, they're trying to tag team IKEA on the 10 line.
Correct.
I see it now. He did not lead that salvo correctly. IKEA was reversing, and Miani missed completely. Total whiff. And now Darth Henning's Ohio, unafraid to charge around this corner and take a close engagement with Miani's Thunder. I think we're going to see either a drive-by or he might... you think he's going to go for the ram?
Look just behind the Thunderer. You can see that Kulashiku is preparing for eventuality just as such.
Well, we'll see.
I think Miani is going to...
He's going for the ram.
Yeah, I think this was a bad decision.
He takes the salvo at the Marceau. Gets a little bit of damage.
Yeah, this was a bad position here for V0R. There's the ram. More importantly, Kalashnikov took some salvos as a result.
Kalashi is about to find himself at point blank with Sneaky, whose radar is active.
Yep.
But he's going to stop and reverse. Unfortunately, the Petro will continue to get shells on him from the 10 line. They continue to have Kalashnikov lit on radar.
Boki is trying to get up that 9-10 line as quickly as possible, but he was so far south, waiting for a push that never came.
Kalashnikov now out of room, can't reverse anymore, runs into the island as Sneaky will be coming around in his face momentarily. They can continue to see him. They've got him proxy spotted now, so even when the radar runs out, Kalashnikov will be in trouble. Looks like he's decided he's going to ground himself again and reverse. He's trying to maneuver out of this.
No hiding place down here.
Yeah.
Down here.
He's definitely not got a hiding place at the moment. Goliath salvo coming in on Sneaky, not getting a whole lot out of it. Once again, Kalashnikov. I think they're playing little proxy detection games because Kalashnikov is the Goliath is taking salvos at Sneaky.
Yes.
An interesting cat and mouse game being played out at sea here. While this has been going on, TWA will be picking up the A cap. They're over 900 points. The game will be over soon, Zath.
I think Kalashnikov is waiting for his port torpedoes to reload.
Yeah, he fired one rack of them, and they didn't get anything out of them. V0R,
right, exactly.
V0R very much on the back foot, down a ship, about to give up control of the entire board.
All right, Goliath now getting into
Renegade going down.
IKEA's turning around.
If Renegade goes down, and he will right here, I believe. 500 HP, still lit, still shooting. Shells coming in. There he goes. 980. This is over, Zath. TWA wins game 1. The staring contest at C never develops. The Goliath charge up the 10 line comes too late. And V0R falls in game 1 to TWA. So
and I get my first death pick.
This goes back to what we were talking about in the training room with the bigger group, right? TWA responding, reacting, moving sneaky back over to cover the B cap with the radar, and that was the game, basically the game-breaking play from Vor's perspective.
Yes.